Welcome back, everybody. I know it has been a very long time since we've played the Vultyr saga, but here we are. We are back with the crew of Zach, Brianna, Kenny, and Haley, and they are continuing the adventures, or the start of an much broader adventure. Can anyone give me a recap of what happened last time?
We finally got back to the main army camp. We, after surviving our journey, after we had some babysitters put on us so we didn't run off again, we got there. We ran into what everyone, the party found out, Snickstick's boss. Even though technically the party outranks him, Snickstick was still a, yes, sir, how do you want me to join? How high, sir, kind of mentality with him. And also one of, what did your therapist say? Words, not burning hands.
Yep.
Yikes.
So.
All right.
That's Christopher, excuse me. I keep getting that mixed up. Other than that, I believe we were told that there is an impending battle at this location. So we've rallied up to meet them.
Yep.
And oh boy, let's not die.
All right.
Anybody else want to fill in the goblin missed points? Go ahead.
We kind of just got debriefed and prepared for the next steps, honestly.
And nobody got court-martialed. That's always a bonus.
Yeah. Dodging the bullets from your six is always an important step in the military. So it was mostly just military life. And, yeah.
Okay. So, Snickstick.
I didn't do it.
Another unit of scouts comes directly to you after
my squads, or is this a different regiment?
It's a different regiment, but okay. They're just coming to you. They're coming to you with their
Have I recovered from my interrogation from Christopher?
Yes, you are currently in your barrel.
Oh, excellent.
Before anyone can get close to your barrel, one of your boys actually stops him and sends someone to rouse you from your barrel first.
I'm awake. The lid pops off. There's a little puff of smoke. I've been in there working on shit. Because, science is only great when you're close to it and in an enclosed area with no airflow.
Okay.
Pop out like a goblin out of the barrel.
No surprise, no one immediately tries to kill you.
So, they're learning. It's great.
So, this group immediately relays information that they have been given orders to join with your group on a scouting mission. We are to scout ahead, assess the enemy numbers, and return with said information.
Are we... who am I talking to, like, rank-wise? Am I talking to an equal, an underling, or a superior?
He's about your equal.
Okay. Yeah, I just chat on him normal then. As long as he, isn't racist against the goblins.
No, he's not. He's fought with you before.
Oh, okay. So I know this guy before?
You've seen him before.
So yeah, I chat at him normal. I ask him for the details, and are we scouting for... We are scouting for numbers. Are we leaving presents?
Our orders are to just assess the enemy size and to return back to base with said numbers. If we are attacked or surprised by any means, we are not to engage. We are to return immediately.
Does he have these orders written up?
Yes, he does.
Who are they written by? Who's got the seal stamp on it?
But I did not have it. You do see at least 2 or 3 of the head leaders, but you also see Christopher's name on it.
Fuck. All right. Yeah, all right.
He tells you that they will be back to retrieve you and whoever else you deem necessary to go with.
Are we, how many are we taking? How many are you going with? How many should I bring? 1 squad, 2 squads?
They're bringing minimal.
All right, so I'll take my heavy hitters with me then.
All right.
The boss is biggins.
Cool. Let's see. The rest of the camp is actually going through, preparing. Everyone is getting weapons mended, getting armor mended, making sure that spellcasters have what they need to cast spells, making sure whoever is drunk sobers up fast. They're making sure new recruits are drilled quickly and given longer weapons just in case. Arrows are being refitted. Berrigan.
Yes, sir.
Your group is actually going through their practices.
Am I commanding?
Yes, you are.
All right. At this stage, how far out are we from the actual time of action? Like, give me a time frame on when we're expected to hit the ground.
You mean the actual battle itself?
Yeah. When are we expected to deploy?
You will know once the scouts return.
At that point, then, I've had everybody already seated their mounts, make sure that everybody is fed, and all of my men are on rest plan right now. Basically, get all your shit together, be out of your armor, but have it laid out in such a fashion that you can don it quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So they're basically staged up, their horses are lined up, they're sitting next to their horse, next to their armor, and all of their bedrolls are spread out, and with the exception of my non-coms, all of them are to be sleeping and resting, and the non-coms are on a rotating rest plan as well.
All right. 24. You are making sure... Wait, 24, what exactly are you doing at this point in time? Because your medics are still healing those who need to be healed, but are also making sure that they are resupplied.
Yeah, I'm making sure the ambulances are ready to rock and roll, like the ambulance wagons.
Okay.
I'm inspecting these wagons for supplies and for readiness, and berating a bunch of people about, greasing wheels and stacking things correctly. And
all right. As you're doing this, people kind of notice that you're taking command when they're not used to you taking command. They kind of see this as a completely different person than how they've known you. It's like a slight moment of clarity and a glimpse into your previous life.
well, after a bunch of bullshit and some fucking dreams, I'm just not trying to almost die again.
Cool. Max,
Yes.
what are you doing currently?
Probably some repetition, some rehearsal of, make sure, these components are together, make sure I got my spells, make sure that everything's legible, establish, I guess, a good base of communication, because that's pretty important. The rate of information being delivered kind of decides how quickly and effectively people move.
Okay. on the subject of communication, Patterson and Gray are actually assigned that duty
Okay.
because they seem to be the more sure-footed and will make sure that everything gets to where they need to be the fastest.
We've worked with them for a while. I trust them.
All right. So the rest of the camp is still being, how can I put this? They're just on more alert. There are people watching the skies. Some of the giants are actually spread out between camps, and they are just keeping their eyes out for anything that may possibly fly at you, or anything that may come directly towards you. Let's see. So after a while, Snickstick, you are met up again with that same group. You see the commanding officer, but you also see about 20 other guys with him.
Snickstick just looks at the CO and is like, I thought you said we were rolling light. As I've got company 1 behind me, and there's like 10 dudes in that company altogether.
He kind of looks back. He looks at your man and then looks back at his, and he says, "This is light."
Snickstick looks back at his dudes, and they're all like leathers, long bows, short swords. And just is like, all right.
All right.
Calls over to Carver and is like, hey, get the others up and running and get them out. See if anybody needs help. Check in with Mags.
On
Other
it.
than that, perimeter detail. Don't let their scouts get near us.
On it. And before anyone else can say anything about your orders towards him, he vanishes.
It's because he knows better.
All right. So so you're heading off with this group. So it's just everyone all together. So that's what, 32? 32 people.
Yeah,
You're 10.
I've got my 10, not counting me, and then they're 20, and I assume not counting their CO. So yeah, 32.
Okay. He guides you towards a surrounding forest. Like, you see the clearing, but there's this forest on the side. So you're all just scouting your way through there.
Okay. I motion for the elves in my unit because I've got a bunch of them, and Flynn, one of my 2 sergeants, and I'm like, trees, go.
And they go.
So I've got Tim's and his 4 humans, and then Flynn takes the 4 elves plus him, and they head up into the trees.
Okay. We're gonna stop with you for a moment, and we're gonna go back to everyone else.
Cool.
Mags, you actually get a missive from another camp.
Okay.
It is saying that it is requesting some assistance with a matter.
Does it
This thing is-
specify?
It says it is on account of, and it says in quotations, why is there a fucking goblin in this unit?
Oh,
But at the bottom it says, from a rather large man who seems very unhappy with said goblin.
oh, so it's time for me to hurt somebody's feelings, is it?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'm gonna go hurt somebody's feelings then.
20 to 1 that is the dude that I embarrassed in front of his team.
Oh, I hope it is.
Oh, look, you're correct.
Oh, I'm sure he's more than pleased to see me again after I had to tell him eyes forward last time.
Well, you get to this particular unit's command tent, and it is the commanding officer of the unit and that guy.
Yeah.
His boys are outside, but they don't say anything when you walk in.
I don't say anything to them either. My nose is kind of in the air.
Thank you for coming. So, I hear there was a incident on the road here.
I wouldn't say it was anything more than some scratched ego. If you would pardon my saying.
He kind of looks to the big guy whose name I completely forgot already.
I don't remember his name either.
No. I remember. It was Scooter. His voice.
Oh, that's right.
The commanding officer looks to Scooter and then back to you, then back to Scooter. And is like, this doesn't add up in his report. In his report, he claims that a goblin in your regiment attacked him for no reason.
Well, it's a good thing that I like to follow up with my own reports. Paperwork, it's so tricky. There's clerical errors.
Do you have said paperwork here?
I do. And I hand him my very immaculately detailed report of said incident, which is really nothing more than a tavern house brawl with someone getting their feelings hurt.
No, it was sanctioned combat.
Yeah, it was like everybody was down for it. He's
was.
just mad because he got his feelings hurt.
He goes through, flips through the report very carefully, very slowly.
I tend to finger, and I do not break eye contact.
He looks up at Scooter. Scooter looks to be very red in the face. The man sets the report down, stands up, and he says, "Thank you. This has been very enlightening. You stay here."
Happy to serve.
Thank you. I will send word on his punishment, and please give my regards to, he looks back to report, Snickstick, on the proper handling of insubordinate troops.
Yes, once he returns from the scouting deploy, I will give him your regards.
Thank you.
Toss that hair and head on out of my way.
His boys really don't say anything. Just kind of look like they just got the short end of a stick.
I kind of want to shoot him a look. I'm not going to say anything, and I'm not going to like stop moving, but like they know.
All right. Berrigan.
What up?
One of your men, the man who who was saved from having his arm completely torn off, comes up to you.
I address him by name and say, "How's your arm feeling?"
Still hurts, but I can still fight, sir.
Let's see it.
He awkwardly goes to draw his sword with his left hand.
When his hand goes to the scabbard, I just kind of put a hand like on his arm and was like, "Is that your sword arm, son?"
Yes, it is.
Let me see your other arm. Is his sword arm the one that's damaged?
Yes.
Roll up your sleeve, soldier.
He rolls up his sleeve.
How bad is it still?
You basically from here down, nothing.
When you say nothing, like it's missing? Like amputated?
Yes, amputated.
Alright, give me a second. I need to verify something. Okay.
Spell to grow it back.
Well, I'm seeing if I've got a mercy that'll, like a paladin's mercy. Not yet.
I don't
yet.
think you can do this.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Do we have an advanced medic? Do we have like a higher level medic than number 24 at this time that I would know about?
You'd have to search most of the camps to find one.
Well, in that case, I look at him and I ask him, it's like, soldier, can you still hold a lance?
I can attempt, yes.
Attempt is... How well do I know this man?
Well enough.
Okay, so what do I know about him outside of his ability to wield a sword? Does he have any other military capabilities? Can he play a bugle? Can he...
He's normally, if it's not you that's getting people out of combat, he's normally the one doing it.
I give him...
Even though he's...
Oh, go ahead.
Normally he's the one that stays behind. He's the one that practices a little bit more, a little bit harder than everyone else.
So he's the unit tryhard, so to speak?
Not really the tryhard, just the one that wants to prove himself.
I go over to my horse and retrieve the company guidon, our flag, and I hand it to him.
Are you sure about this, sir?
Yeah. Don't let my flag touch the fucking ground.
Understood, sir.
Your job is to issue my orders to the rest of the unit. You are familiar with the process of directing a charge with the guidon per my orders, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. You're going to stick with me.
As you will, sir.
Thank you much. Keep your sword sheathed unless I tell you otherwise.
Yes, sir.
Very good. And I hand him the flag. And give him like that shoulder pat of, I'm entrusting this to you.
He's holding it like it is. He's holding it like it is his, like a family heirloom at this point.
Cool.
All right. Now, Stick. You and the group have been gone for, say, about 2 hours. One of the elves in your group does come back, and they tell you that there's nothing to report. Like, everything seems quiet. Not suspiciously quiet, just quiet.
Animals?
Animals are still abundant.
Okay.
No markings, no tracks, nothing.
I look over at the, assuming that I'm still with the other CO.
Yes, you are.
It's like, did you bring any mages?
We have a mage.
How good is detect magic?
It's fine.
Need I say more?
He asks for the mage. The mage does come up, and she does cast detect magic. And she tells you that there's nothing magical out here.
Okay.
You all keep going forward.
Over to a tree.
All right.
Carves in the feet count.
These can't.
Yeah, on it.
Okay.
And then he's like, all right. Looks back at the elf, relays new orders to give to the unit, and tells them to move up ahead. We're going to be following behind with the main unit.
All right. She does exactly that, and the rest of the unit moves up ahead.
Snick Stick starts making trail markers.
Okay.
Like, not something that would be difficult to see, but unless you know Thieves' Cant, or unless you know Snick Stick's inner workings of his mind, they just look like random animal markings.
Pretty sure no one but Stick knows the inner workings of his mind.
I mean, that's fair.
True that.
All right. So you and the scouting company are still going to be out for a ways.
Okay.
And we're going to travel back to 24.
Oh, quick thing. Do you want
Yes.
us? Do you want stealth rolls and things like that?
Not yet.
Okay.
All right. Number 24. As you're making sure everything is prepared, everything that you're going to need and the rest of your unit is going to need is all but words methodically written down, stocked, and marked. A small group of people do come in, and they look like they've been in a fight.
Do they look hurt or just roughed up a little?
One guy looks hurt, the others look roughed up.
Number 24 will go over to the hurt one and assess damage further.
Okay. Make a heal check.
Okay, rolling medicine.
Mm-hmm. All right. With that, you can easily tell from the man that's hurt and the rest of the group, they've been in just a fist fight, and it went poorly for one of them.
Number 24 asks about it, and she's like, "Who roughed you up?"
One of the ones who looks a little less roughed up basically says, we got into an argument with another unit. Heated words were exchanged, along with a chair. And then it just got worse from there.
Oh, did you win?
He kind of looks at the guy who's still holding his bloody nose. No, we did not win.
Well, pity that.
The guy with the bloody nose looks up. He's like, my fucking nose, man. Who knew gnomes could kick that high?
I did. I knew gnomes could kick that high, but I wasn't there, so I couldn't help you in your fight.
What about my nose?
I'll fix your nose. Come here.
Okay.
I guess I will.
Yeah, roll another medicine.
I guess I don't need to like pass anything. It's just a broken nose.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
It's not a very high DC.
Bruh, I rolled
You fix it. You managed to fix it. You managed to stop the bleeding and fix his nose a bit, but he will have a crooked nose once it fully heals.
Well, I've got good news and bad news. And then sort of good news again.
Okay.
The good news is you'll be able to breathe.
Oh, why is it hard to breathe right now?
Because your nose is still broken, but it'll heal and you'll be able to breathe again. The bad news is you're not going to be pretty. The sort of okay news is you weren't pretty anyway.
Oh.
So
you kind of hear snickering from a few of the guys in the back.
So really all I've got to say from here is for the next fight, if you're going to be right, you have to also be tough.
I thought I had to know, but she kicked me.
Well,
I've never seen a gnome so angry.
I've never personally seen a gnome that wasn't angry. So, yeah.
All right. The one that's left roughed up kind of gives you a salute. It's like, sorry, ma'am, we didn't know where else to go. Everyone else kind of laughed at us, and rightly so. I'll make sure that this one doesn't get into another fight.
Right. Oh, well, it is the med tent. We have to fix you whether we want to or not. So you came to the right place. Carry on.
Thank you, ma'am. And they all leave, kind of still carrying the other guy, and he's still complaining about his gnomes, and the weird way that they can just cannonball themselves into the air and kick the living shit out of somebody. Just so you know that this gnome was a monk. Okay. Stick. Stealth checks. All right. And let's see about the other guys. Okay. All right. So you vanished. The other guys are pretty stealth, but not as well as you. One guy kind of seems surprised at this, but then is immediately shut down by his superior commander, saying, "Shut the hell up." He does this. As you're making your way, you do see more of a clearing, but you also see smoke in the distance.
Taking my guys with me,
All right.
seeing the fact that I assume they know what to look for. This is my vets, and this is the top 10 of my vets.
Yep.
So, feet and hand signs, give orders,
All right.
stand still, move forward, observe.
They're staying itself and just staying within the tree line. The other guys are following your group's lead because your group's going off of your stealth.
Yeah, I figured they were.
All right. Once you all get to a secure spot, the other group stops and remains hidden. They still can't really see they can't really see you or your guys at all. And they are looking down at the enemy camp. From what you could tell, it looks to be about maybe half the size of the army that you're stationed with.
Okay.
You see the tents, you see everything. You also see giants,
What kind?
fire giants.
Lovely.
You also see you do see bands of orcs. You do see goblins. You see bugbears. You see humans, oddly enough.
Humans are dicks.
I mean, yeah. You just see a large assortment of other creatures, other races, stuff like that you wouldn't normally see.
Do I see anything not of this plane? Demons, devils, things of that nature.
No, you do not.
How close can I get?
You have to make another step check at this point.
Oof.
With that stealth check, you kind of get the gist that you kind of want to stay right here and not risk possibly getting seen. And
Oh, God damn it.
What?
Sorry, that's a 13.
That's a 13?
Yeah.
Still no. Still
Yeah,
no.
well,
No.
I know, but I haven't been rolling my I haven't been rolling expertise with it. I've been rolling flat.
Okay, so it's going to take you and the rest of that regiment some time to count up the numbers. So we are going to head back with the rest of the unit. And by this time, it is, let's see, it's about late afternoon. Everyone has, started getting more things prepared. You've seen other wagons come through with more supplies. You all have seen, started hearing the cooking bells for lunch, things like that. Negnuli has been in his command tent the entire time, dealing with massive amounts of paperwork. And the rest of you have just been going about your day as normal. Someone roll me, actually, the rest of you, roll me perception.
Well, damn.
Okay. All of you, wherever, within your respective parts of the camp, your camp, you all start to hear whizzing sounds.
As in the telltale sounds of artillery coming in on us?
Not really that kind of artillery that you're thinking about. All right, so you all hear this right as one unlucky soul gets out. Take cover, and arrows start raining down upon most of the camp that you're in.
Ah. That's not good.
Okay. Where are each of you at this point in time? So I'm guessing, Max, you're in your command tent, right?
Yeah.
24 is with her guys, so she's probably in hers. Verrigan, where are you?
With my unit.
Okay. Actually, all right. The rest of you, all right. You three, nothing really bad. Nothing happens. You hear this. You hear arrows hitting the ground, hitting tents. Nothing really damaging any of you. And you kind of hear Negnuli curse in Dwarven, storm out of his tent, and ask for a status report immediately. All around your camp, you do see that some people have gotten hurt, but not seriously damaged. Let's see.
I don't have an ability for this.
All right. So as McNeely starts barking out orders, one private that's not the two that you know intimately runs up to him and tells him that it came in the direction of said forest that is near the camp. He looks in that general direction and then goes to find you, Mags.
I make myself available.
He immediately asks, "Where the fuck is Snick Stick?"
He's still on the scouting mission.
No one told me that there was a scouting mission.
I thought we were all there for that, for the debrief.
We were.
I guess not.
Just to let you know, I have been drinking for 16 hours.
Oh. I thought we were aware of it. We might not have been. It might have just been like out of character knowledge.
It may have slipped by.
It was discussed in the debrief, but I don't think that when Snickstick left, he told anyone. So
yeah. So actually, we just
to tell you.
Oh. Okay.
He kind of is like Nick literally just kind of shakes his head a bit and starts muttering to himself in Dwarven, saying, "Wait, do you understand Dwarven?"
I might. Let me check. I think I do, but I don't want to lie. I do.
Okay. You hear, "I really need to get a handle on all this goddamn paperwork." So he starts barking orders, getting assessment of injuries. He asks that someone round up whatever usable arrows there are so that they can be used in return.
Just an aside, Corey.
Yeah.
That order is probably already being filled out by one of Skit's scout companies, just because that's my go forgets, and that's free arrows.
So everything's being rounded up. Injuries are being, any that are seriously injured are being sent to the medical tent, which there are maybe 10 people seriously injured because stupidity, looking up, and not getting undercover fast enough.
Oh no.
To expedite most of that process, 24, give me a heal check, because this is going to go off of you for the rest of your team. Okay.
Sorry, I'm rolling kind of like doo-doo.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Like, your team manages to get a lot of these injuries taken care of. There are still most of your team that are taking care of your stockpile, making sure that everything is recounted after what is used, and just keeping on top of things. Out of the injuries, everyone is at least healed enough to fight and are told to not do anything stupid. Berrigan.
Mm-hmm.
While this happened, none of your guys got hit.
Dope.
Everyone got undercover immediately once the cry was heard, and the man with standard does not let that hit the ground. Does not let any arrows touch it whatsoever.
Cool. In addition, I'm just gonna put Shield of Faith on him.
All right.
So he is going to go ahead and get +2 to his AC for the next 10 minutes.
Cool. All right. Someone does come back because it looked like there may have been one or two, no, not one or two, maybe 6 or 7 guys that went into the forest to see what the hell was going on, see if they could see an enemy. They do come back, but they come back empty-handed. One of them goes straight to Magnoli, while the rest of them kind of go to you, Mags, and they immediately tell you that they saw no enemy whatsoever. One of the men thought they saw tracks, but they couldn't make them out.
So there's a smart thing to do and a really dumb thing to do, but I'm gonna try to do the smart thing. So rather than rushing boldly into what is more than likely a trap to try to lure some of our forces away, I'm gonna go consult with Nagnoli and see if we can't maybe round up a small, very discreet force to see what they can track down, see if we can very discreetly find them. If not, then we can try the cool showboating thing.
All right. Once you get to Nagnoli's tent, he is sitting back at his desk. A cask of ale is sitting next to his desk, and his flagon is full.
It's Wednesday.
You still see not a large amount of paperwork, but it's looked like he's been cycling through it. And he kind of looks up with one particular order in his hands, saying, "Oh, this is the scout order. I see who signed it. Never mind." Then he just sets it down.
Sir, with your permission, I think it would be wise if we were to dispatch a discreet group of soldiers to try to follow the tracks of our mysteriously disappearing attackers.
How many are you thinking?
Not many, not enough to attract attention, but enough to get the job done.
If I push this through to higher command, they might shoot this down.
Well, there's always Plan F, which they will shoot down.
What's Plan F?
Kind of give them that look, that you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, that Plan F. Let's not go to Plan F.
I thought not.
How many can we spare?
I will find a logistical number for you, and I go to do that.
Okay. We are going to cut back to Snickstick and his merry band of not so fuck ups. You've all been counting for hours at this point. People do have paper, so they're just making sure they write. It's like get to a point, keep going. They're making sure that everything is right.
What are these guys wearing? Since we've been staring at them for a while.
You see assortments of armor. You see
there's no standard uniform.
No, there's no standard uniform.
And they got goblins.
They do have goblins.
And I've got orders to scout.
Oh boy.
Oh, this gonna get either real fun or real dangerous.
Why not both? Dangerous fun for Snick Stick.
So, what you gonna do?
Snick Stick observes the other goblins for a while
Mm-hmm.
in that time frame, and he's piecing together the bits of a plan. That plan would be: does this appear to be one goblin clan, or is this a multitude of clans?
From what you can see or what you can make out, it looks like a multitude of clans.
Oh, that's just making my job so much easier. All right. So yeah, Snick Stick's gonna eventually hand sign over to his boys. Continue on. I'm gonna go get more information.
One
Snick
of them actually stops you and says, "Sir, I'm pretty sure that's not a good idea. This is kind of one of the elves stopping you."
Why? They got people watching?
Uh,
The goblins?
from the looks of it, it looks like he looks to the goblins, looks back at you, looks back to the goblins. You seem to be a little bit taller than these goblins.
I'm not that tall, remember, Corey.
These are very small goblins.
Like 2-footers?
Yeah.
Oh, they the babies.
Rude. All right, never mind then. There goes that idea.
Sir, judging by the numbers, or from the final tally, it looks to be that there are maybe 50,000 here. This doesn't completely add up.
They've probably either got more underground or hiding somewhere.
Do you want us to go see if there's a
Find these
cave
ones.
system?
We were supposed to find these ones. No. Snick Stick's doing his tell right now when he knows he's worried about something.
Sir, do you want us to continue onward, or do you want us to, for lack of a better term, get the fuck out?
Are we good with the numbers that we got here? Details and equipments?
Yes.
GTFO.
Okay.
I go find, because it's probably not hard for me, the other company crew.
They're really not that far. You were actually perching a tree above them.
So I just drop down on top of them basically, and I'm like, all right, we need a GTFO.
One of them kind of jumps and kind of looks like he's gonna make a sound, but
I
someone
just grab him
kind
and
of
pull him down. I'm like, shh. It's like, we need to go.
he nods, and the company commander just kind of does this, and everyone starts to leave.
I relay to him what my scouts were talking to me about and confer with him.
He kind of looks to what kind of looks like more like 3 more rangery types in his group, and kind of gives them like a little motion to stay here and continue searching, and they break off from the rest of you.
I advise him that we should probably do a widespread return, see if we can net anything on the way back, because their scouts are probably either coming back or going out. And if we can run into some of their scouts and kill their intel, it'd be for the best.
He says that would be a good idea.
Stick's not dumb.
All right. So you and Discovery do a wide retreat.
It also lowers their chances of spotting us.
True. Let's do a preemptive stealth roll right now for the rest of your
Using
guys.
the right one this time.
All right, so those guys. Oh no!
Oh, that's it. Ooh. That rough.
Well, you and your boys are pretty stealth. This group, they're stealthy. If they were in a bar in broad daylight, wearing bright fucking pink. Hold on. And oddly enough, they don't get noticed. All right. Back to the main group. Max, do you return with the number?
I do.
All right.
Whatever that number is.
just give me a roundabout number.
Yeah, fucking. Yeah, I don't know. 30.
30. Okay. All right. So you managed to get about 30 people who are willing to undergo this task.
But are they discreet? Are they 30 discreet people? Because I only want the discreet ones.
Oh, you managed to get the ones who may have been conscripted from for thievery, like just a nefarious bunch of your group.
Excellent.
More so than the rest of you.
That's fine. I don't give a shit. That's fine.
No, that's this guys. They know they're important. Nick Dooley kind of looks over the group and kind of says, "All right, your jobs are simple. I want you all to search for whoever did this. If you find them, if you find them, good. If you can track them back to their base, even better. But I'm pretty sure we don't need to do that. So at the moment, all we need to do is find them, possibly kill them if we can, and don't tell anyone else about it. Is that understood?" They all kind of give a salute. And then he just ushers them all off. And 30 dudes make their way into the forest. All right. So it is now approaching dinner. And the dinner bells are ringing. What is everybody doing at this point?
Gonna eat fucking dinner.
Seeing to it that all my troops are fed.
Max?
I will grab dinner slightly later. Just like by a little bit. I'm gonna be mulling over all the things that could go wrong in that forest.
Gotcha. All right. To expedite more of the process, as everyone's sitting down for dinner, you hear like there's normal conversations. The command structure is where they are. Snickstick, you and the regiment do return around this time. High or low?
Low.
When you return, you notice that you're kind of missing more dudes than before. None of your guys. Some of the other guys do. He's missing about 7.
Nick's just like, the fuck?
It's like, he looks back at his men, counts, minus the 3 that are gone. It's like, they knew their orders. We have to get this report to high command so they know what to expect.
So you said none of my guys are gone, just his guys?
Just is. Because when you give the order to get the fuck out, they get the fuck out.
And we also didn't trape through the fucking forest like we were wearing bright pink in a barn.
Yep. So looks like you do see your team. Probably minus Max because she's probably back at her tent waiting. Just waiting.
Well, before I go and tell Magnoli and Mags about everything, the team that I'm with, I gather them up, and I start doing a Q&A.
All right.
That only our units would know, kind of thing, just to make sure no one got grabbed and changed out with, because Snick Stick's paranoid as all fuck.
You go through your Q&A process, and everyone's still there.
All right, go get dinner.
They go get dinner. As you're walking back to your guys, you do see Scooter and his boys.
Is he looking for a round 3?
Nope. He's got his head down, kind of like slowly eating his food. You kind of see his rank insignia is gone. And so are a few of his boys.
And yeah, I have no idea that he lied on a report.
That's what you get.
Snick doesn't say anything about it unless they come at him. So.
No, they just ignore you because they don't see you.
No.
Everyone who's here, roll perception. Jeez. Oof.
Yeah, I don't see it coming.
All right. Varigan and 24. You all don't hear it. Snake Stick, you do. You kind of hear the sound of a small humanoid. You can tell it's a gnome, and she is regaling everyone at her table of the story where a few group of guys got really upset at her for some odd reason. Someone threw a chair, and then she decided to kick the person in the face, breaking his nose. You also see said person who had his face kicked in, looking very red in the face, but not doing a damn thing.
Snick Stick just walking past just shouts out, "How's that for theory of the small fucking tallies?"
The halfling kind of, the gnome kind of stops in her story, looks at you and laughs, prompting other laughs from the other diminutive people in the whole army.
Snick Stick's
and a few laughs from other people who are bigger.
Snick Stick's gonna go find Mags or Christopher before he gets in trouble again.
Christopher is not at his not at the tables.
Looking around, looking for Mags.
You don't see Mags, but you do see Patterson and Gray.
I'll walk up to him. Hey, boys. I miss anything?
Besides that story, small ambush attack.
What?
And I'm pretty sure Max will fill you in on that situation. Other than that, nothing else has happened.
All right. Well, in the following order, do you know where Christopher is or Mags? It's going to hit me.
Patterson speaks up and says he got dinner and went directly towards his tent, and then it started smoking again.
Right. Where's Mags?
Mags should be in hers, waiting the group that was sent out to investigate the surprise attack.
Wait. Oh. Did any of my guys seem missing from the camp?
No more so than usual, because we can't find them.
Well, you should. Oh, right. So whenever you need a scout or my CO, just go to my barrel and knock on it. Usually someone will stop you, even if I'm not in there.
So that's how that works. Okay, duly noted. Do you want us to go tell Mags you're on your way?
No. Best to pop in these situations.
Should one of us go get Christopher then?
Do you value your life?
He's not really mad at us.
No, his tent's smoking.
Today.
Yeah, his tent's smoking. No, go in there. I'll go comment.
It's different colored smoke, not normal smoke.
Oh, then he's probably working on something and you might turn into a toad. Deception.
What is it? Insight?
Yeah.
That's a 2.
You just hear Greg go, bullshit!
How do you think I got so short? Walks away.
That's funny.
All right.
Yeah,
As you're leaving to go to Mag's tent, you kind of hear a commotion.
Turns and looks. Schnickstick has acquired food from somewhere.
You see 2 people returning to camp.
Do I know these 2 said people? Oh, we lost Corey.
Oh no. He gone.
He recycling.
I thought he was just pausing for dramatic effect.
So did I. And then it started dragging on, and I was like, uh-oh.
There you are. Now we got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Had a small hiccup.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Okay, what was the last thing I said?
People came back to camp.
All right,
and
cool.
It was like 2 of them. And Snicks,
All right.
I asked if I had recognized them.
You recognize them as 2 infantrymen. More of the ones who seem on the more shady side of things. They're making their way towards Mag's tent, and they look pretty beat up.
Nextstick's already heading over that way anyway. Nextstick had acquired food from somewhere, so he's
All
eating,
right.
walking.
All right,
Pretty good
Bags.
supposed to do.
Yes.
You do hear this commotion. Do you go and inspect what it is?
Is it coming by? Is it like a panicked commotion, or is it just?
It kind of is a panic commotion, but it's more of a gasping kind of thing. It's like, what the fuck kind of commotion. And someone not really screaming, but asking where you are, heading in the direction towards your tent.
I will leave my tent. That seems like it would grab my attention.
All right. As soon as you exit your tent, you notice that 2 out of the 30 men that you gathered are returning to your camp.
That's not a good sign. I hate being right. I'm gonna ask them what happened.
One of them tells you that they were doing as you ordered, following the tracks,
Okay.
searching for the enemy that had attacked them, and just looking for any signs of anything out there. One of them tells you that they didn't find anything. They said they followed the tracks, but then the tracks stopped.
And I'm
And-
assuming whatever is out there got the rest of you.
One of the guys who seems more hurt than the other basically says, "We didn't see it coming. It was terrible. I didn't know that thing could make that loud of a sound."
I need details. I need to know what it is. Like, literally any detail other than loud and terrible.
Man, we couldn't see it. We couldn't see anything. We couldn't even see our own faces. We couldn't see our hands. We couldn't see anything.
Okay, so dark.
It's like the world went dark.
Okay, so it dark.
And once everything was over, we were the only 2 left.
Was it daytime?
The sun was setting.
Okay, so magical darkness then. You said a loud sound. What kind of sound?
like screaming, but higher pitched. And the guy kind of points to the other guy's ears, and you can see that they're bleeding.
Knowledge Arcana.
I was going to go with knowledge nature.
We all gotta go with our specialties. Oh, that's not a great roll.
I'll roll another medicine.
I don't. You're not actually there. Okay, so with Snake 6 nature, you kind of go through the list of things that could make a loud enough sound to do that, and nothing's really adding up yet. And Max, with your
What if it was written by Drow? Is what Snickstick's thinking. Fight Drow.
you kind of start to think back on actually, Mags, you actually start to think back on the cave
Mm-hmm.
and what happened when that Drow guy left after his
Yeah,
after
he did.
he placed his globe of darkness.
Yeah, he did pop a darkness. That was kind of my line of thinking. I was like, okay, well, let me roll a knowledge arcana and see if I can suss out if there are 2 things that do the same thing or if it was a calculated attack.
Like the darkness, you know, but the sound.
Screeching bats.
You actually think it was a psychic attack. You're not really sure.
That does not narrow down a lot of options. All right. Go see number 24 and get yourselves fixed up. I have a feeling the night is not over.
Yes, ma'am. And they go off to the medical tent.
I'm gonna start making my way towards Negnuli's tent and out loud say, boy, do I wish I would stop being right so often.
It's like, yeah, but if you weren't right so often, then why would you be a good XO? Snickstick's actually sitting by the door to your tent just with his feet up and eating a bowl of chowder or something.
Roll perception to see if you actually notice.
Oh, no, I spoke.
Okay.
Yeah, at this point, I'm so used to him doing it in our career, it does not bother me.
Okay.
He's like, do you want me to shout it?
Hmm?
Do you want me to go?
We can go together.
All right.
Before y'all do that, 24, you do see the two men come in. They are very badly hurt. And you will be making that medicine check. Okay. All right. With that, everyone's working on them. Not everyone, just a good amount of people are working on them, making sure that they're healed up, going back to checking on supplies, and making sure that they get sent off to eat first and then go rest. Mags and 24. Mags and Snickstick. Sorry. Once you two get to Nick Newley's tent, you open the tent, and it looks like he's sleeping at his desk.
Sir,
Mm.
we may be in for some more trouble than we had anticipated.
How many came back?
2.
Shit.
How many
Plan
did you
F?
know?
30.
You are?
Oh, hello, Snickstick.
What's up? We have scouts to do this.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to find. That's what I meant when I said discreet.
Where the hell is Carter?
As you say that, Carver just kind of steps in. It's like, sir.
Did you guys see anything?
Did we see anything?
Like when the
Besides-
archers attacked.
Besides that hail of arrows coming from that forest? No.
Yeah, the whole thing when I left and you were supposed to be perimeter security.
We were perimeter security. We still didn't see anything.
I had a sneaking suspicion
I'm
that
gonna cast invisibility.
that attack was meant to draw our attention towards the forest and divide our forces. So I only sent in a small group of people to scout it out.
What did they say?
Well, the 2 that did come back were rather incoherent. However,
Still shocked.
what we did manage to glean was what I believe to be the effects of a magical darkness and some sort of psionic attack, possibly.
Hmm.
It would be terrifying.
Hmm.
Fucking drow riding psionic screeching bats.
That would be terrifying, and that sounds like half of the puzzle that we are currently alluding to. I certainly believe it is no coincidence with the darkness routine twice in a row.
Every single one of you, make me a perception check.
I'm not good at that.
Apparently, I'm not good at it today either.
I burned my good one earlier, apparently.
I'm not terrible today.
Oh, there we go, 24.
All right.
Better than my fucking roll.
As you're all giving your respective reports, well, Baz is sick, because I'm guessing you relayed your information on the troop size to Nick Newley and Mags first.
Oh no, we got there, and what was said was what was said. I hadn't even gotten to it yet.
Okay. As everything is still continuing, you kind of notice Carver goes still. And 24, you hear this first. You hear the sounds of screaming
Coming from where?
coming from the left side of the field. And this isn't, screaming. This is battle cry screaming.
Number 24 shuts up everybody else and asks, "Do you hear that?"
Some of your people actually do hear it. And then you hear an explosion.
Oh boy.
Number 24 just gives the signal to get everything moving.
And they hop to it.
How loud was that explosion?
Loud enough that everyone heard it,
Okay.
because followed up by that explosion was another explosion. And at that point, we are going to take a small break, and then we will continue after this. Okay?
Cool.
Nope. 5:10.
5.
All right.
No,
see-
no, 10. 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
All right. We'll see everybody in 10.
Okay? Parlor. Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Welcome back. And without further ado, let's just hop into the bullshit. So, as the fireball goes off, and the loud battle cry of a lot of people, mostly on the enemy side than yours, you kind of hear fireball in return.
Well,
Snakes it.
woke
You
up.
know, yeah, you know exactly where that is. And you also hear cries of rally go throughout the camp.
Snickstick just looks at Mags and Necknewley and is like, good luck. Carver, counterinsurgency plan 3, go. And we just dart off.
And it's going with you.
Damn it, I have counterspell. If only that fireball were closer to me. Yep. Oh, goodbye.
All right. You all start hearing orders being barked. People grabbing armor, people donning weapons. People grabbing weapons, donning armor, wrong order. And you start to hear sounds of combat go throughout the camp.
Man, it's such a good thing that scouts never take their shit off.
Verrigan, you actually see your guys don their shit quickly.
Because we planned for this.
But they did not plan for night mounted combat. So a lot of the guys are not really grabbing their horses. They are grabbing more. They're grabbing lances, but they're also grabbing other reach appropriate weapons. Some of them are grabbing swords, some are grabbing shields.
I immediately give the order to prepare for dismount combat, and for them to form up.
They formed up. Necknewley bursts out of his tent, barking very harsh dwarven orders that a lot of people at this point has started to understand, and they all start gathering weapons. At this point, actual combat for you guys is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to ask for you all to at least roll me charisma for each of you. This is going to be you all commanding your units.
Oh no. That's not a good deal for me.
All right, number 24. You're actually, wait, no, that was your perception.
Okay, that's not horrible.
All right, Max, you actually do pretty good commanding troops after Necknewley. You also command your mages to prepare spells, to throw spells at any enemies that come within sight, and to protect, and to help protect general troops.
I would like
Next day.
at least some of my dudes to focus on flyers.
At the point in time, you don't really notice any flyers.
Okay.
Yeah, see, there's
All
a
right.
whole reason why I don't command. And why I just have them drill things so they know what to do. But okay.
Just kind of give me a general gist of your.
Oh, shit!
Well, they follow your orders to the
flying.
goddamn letter.
Well, that worked
Right,
today.
yeah.
Shit.
Fucking Snickstick comes out that tent with Carver flying on his heels, and it's just Goblin General 101 hat on full mode, and it's just like counter.
Oh, no. The reason for this 20 is because your group encounters a large group of orcs.
Oh.
Counter
And Snickstick just kind of gives his. All right, so as you and this group of orcs kind of face off against each other, one of them looks to be the bigger, badder orc of the group.
Is he the big? He the big one?
He the biggest.
Mine.
The rest of your guys just kind of acknowledge that, and then they just draw short swords, daggers, anything they can. Like they're tools of the trade and just go to town. Berrigan, your charisma check.
Do I get to add my proficiency bonus to this?
You're just rolling straight charisma, man.
Right on.
So not to be confused with a saving throw. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Standard orders.
Yep, you give you guys standard orders, and they are just go through your standard orders for this for general combat because there's a lot of fighting going everywhere.
Make a tight formation. Protect the horses. Front line hand weapons. Second line spears.
And they follow these orders.
And stay in
Your guys
formation.
are-
Stay tight.
They are staying within the orders that you give them, and you are immediately attacked by a group of goblins followed by a group of humans. And you're in the middle of this combat because they are said to dislodge all horses.
Do I have the ability to cast a spell?
Yes, you do at this time.
All right, cool. I'm going to cast protection from evil and good.
Okay.
So anything that is aberrant, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead, it ain't happening. They can't enter the area. And any of my guys have advantage on anything that meets those descriptors. If it has no effect, that's cool, but that's what I would do.
Yep, you do that and nothing beats that criteria. So it's just combat. 24. Give me your charisma roll. You're just rolling straight charisma to see if how well you're ordering your troops at this point in time.
Oh, my charisma is actually not bad.
Hey.
You are ordering your troops really well. There are those who are going out and making sure people are not being hot, like not taking too much damage, but then there are those who are actually going out and helping in combat.
Battle clerics, gotta love them.
All right. The battle keeps going. Each side is taking losses. Right. Christopher is actually out and about. He's slinging spells like nobody's fucking business. He does stop.
Sorry. I was just going to let you know, when originally we left and fucking Carver ran off with Snick Stick when they started running orders, Counterinsurgency Plan 3 puts one of my companies with Christoph to give him room to fucking cast.
Got it. All right. So he's out there doing his thing, just making sure nothing too terrible is coming your way.
You're cutting out again, man.
The major leaders actually in combat. Like for Mags, you actually see the duo. They are actually there. They're actually helping. They're fighting in tandem. Snake Stick. You see the Warforged kind of just bull rush into the group of orcs that you're fighting. Because as you guys are killing orcs, more just keep coming. You see a female dwarf step in with you, and it looks like she is kind of protecting most of your other healers that may have gone down in the combat. And Berrigan, you see the leader of your nation actually go up with you to attack the large group of goblins and humans.
Okay. Hype.
Is his name Franz von Karl?
No. As the combat continues, the battle is going, more losses are being taken on both sides. Stick.
What's up?
Give me a reflex check.
You all right?
You managed to dodge out of the way of an incoming boulder. And when I mean dodge out of the way, you...
Is it on fire?
No, it's not on fire. You look to the left, take a step back, and the boulder connects with not the big end that you were fighting, but one of his
One of his
guys
boys.
near him. And then the boulder just keeps rolling.
I just look and I'm like, thanks for catching that one for me.
As you say that, you do see fire giants in the distance.
I shout back in Thieves' Camp. Someone go warn Mags. Their heavy hitters are here. Fire giants on left ridge.
One of you guys does acknowledge that and attempts to go off, but before he can do that, you kind of feel a icy wind brush over most of the group. And to your right, you see a charging cloud giant heading towards that fire giant.
What was the fucking Warforge's name? Templar?
Yeah, Templar.
Yeah. I just shout over the combat and I'm like, Templar! Points at giants.
He kind of looks at the giant, looks at an orc that is kind of in his hand, snaps his neck, and goes directly towards the fire giant. He leaves orders for a group of humans that followed him to stay and assist. Number 24. Give me a con save.
So not great.
Your head starts to hurt.
Oh no. Like, how bad? Like, this is a bad time for a headache hurt? Or like,
Oh, this is a real bad time for a headache. But
yeah,
as
but
you...
am I like crippled by it, or is it just like, oh no?
This feels like the dream kind of headache.
Who's closest to me in the party?
In the party, no
Like,
one.
None of them are physically close.
None of them are physically close to you.
All right, I reach out and grab the first like enlisted person, like someone low enough that I can command them, but high enough that I don't feel like they're going to inherently fuck it up.
As you reach out to try and grab someone, you feel a strong pair of hands actually grab you by the shoulder and lift you up. And it is the dwarf. And you immediately start to feel your headache recede a little bit.
I don't like to be lifted, but I'm gonna let this one pass.
She kind of gives you a nod and goes back to throwing guiding bolts
Cool.
at enemies in front of her.
Okay.
Mags,
Yes.
give me a perception.
Okay. Let me get get off my spell sheet. It's all right. It's okay.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine for this one.
Okay.
Remember where you told you guys to keep an eye out for possible flyers?
Yes.
Yeah, everybody can hear this.
Oh no.
You hear screeching.
I hate it when Snick sticks right.
And make me a con save.
Isn't that just the worst when I'm right?
Oh, okay. Well, Constitution's not my worst one. Oh, it is today.
No, you had advantage because you were
That's still
pre-warned.
a 12.
It's fine. It's fine. So the screeching continues, and you see people drop to the ground.
That's
Because of
a
the sound.
problem. That's a big problem.
For you, it's loud enough that it's annoying, but not loud enough to be detrimental.
Okay, well, I have a plan because that's a problem.
And what is that plan?
It's Plan F.
Plan F.
The very, very rarely and highly reserved Plan F.
All right.
Is Plan F like Plan K for Snick Stick?
Probably.
Got it.
All right. What is this Plan F?
I would like to fireball the bat.
Okay.
Alrighty,
Yeah, that's pretty similar to Plan K for Snick Stick.
There we go.
All right.
Oh man, and you're firing it at Bat Guano?
That's funny. Ironic. I did not notice that. I used the sulfur.
It's and sulfur, so it's both.
Oh, and sulfur. Okay.
Okay.
Cool beans. So that is a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
The dexterity saving throw to beat is probably not that high. Is a 14.
A 14.
It's a 14 for half.
Ow.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Okay. 18.
All right. So it's half. So it's,
All right.
all right. Let me roll my.
That'd be 4d6 of fire damage.
Yikes.
It would be better if it were 8.
Yes, 16 is fine. All right, as you launch this fireball into the sky, actually hitting, well, barely hitting said bat, but still hitting. The sky is illuminated a bit because of it, and you do make out 5 other bats swooping down.
I'm so upset. I'm so greatly displeased by this. I should probably cast Arcane Ward of some sort. All right. Well, that is my turn because I cast the spell.
Well,
I
there
am
isn't really turns at this point. It's just me going like, all right, guys, do this, guys, do that.
Yeah, fair. Right. I'm gonna shout to heavy focus mages and flyers, basically now that we can see them.
And they follow your orders now that they can see what they can see. Very good. You actually see this happening. You see the fireball streak into, well, actually, everyone else, you all see the fireball streak into the sky. You see it hit something, but then illuminate the sky long enough to see that it is a big as shit bat. And then you see 5 other big as shit bats.
Great. That was Plan F. That's not good. I look for the commander of whatever unit I'm currently fighting. Who appears to be in charge?
There is no one in charge. You don't see any rank You just see dudes.
Unorganized rabble. Okay.
Do it the snick stick method. Find the biggest one. That's usually who's in charge.
Yeah. Yeah. Is anybody bigger?
Actually, there is a bigger than normal human.
Yeah, we'll start with him. That's fine.
Cool.
These are acceptable terms.
I move into range, and I am gonna smack him twice with my Einhander.
Cool. And now that I had fucking forgot about this, before you do that, oh, never mind, you hit him. All right, so
That's crit.
I had, yeah, hold on.
Yikes.
Before we do that, I forgot to situate us into said layer that I needed everyone to be in. And it's looking like, there it is. All right, everybody. So I forgot to set this up beforehand, before the fighting started. All right. All right, roll your damage, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna assume that that's 2d6 plus 4. Reroll the 1. So that's gonna be 9 plus 4 is 13. And then for the crit, dice again. 20 points of damage for
That's
the
good.
first hit. Is he
All right.
still alive?
He's still standing.
Well, we'll see what we have to say about that.
I'm still standing stronger than I ever
Alright.
did.
And then another 12.
Okay. He's looking a bit wobbly.
Activating smite.
Oh, fuck. Varrigan says, fuck your day, and fuck you in particular, you filthy casual.
Don't you just
So
love it when you
another 10.
then the best
All
battle
right.
tactics are to think like Snick Stick?
He actually drops.
Yep. And at
But that
point,
doesn't stop anyone from stopping the combat.
At
They're
which
still
point-
going at it.
I'm also going to activate Conquering Presence.
Uh-huh.
Everybody within 30 feet of me needs to make a wisdom saving throw, or they become frightened.
What is it?
The DC. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
DC 15.
DC 15.
Mhm.
All right, so I'm just going to make a run roll, and this will be for, oh, look, they make it.
Yikes.
We did our best.
It'd be like that.
All right. As you went through to single out the biggest dude in that group, the rest of the humans and goblins do surge forward. You are going to be attacked, but for purposes of this module or this part of the whole thing, I will deal with damage later. Because eventually it's, like the whole theater of the mind thing for this.
Post battle exhaustion.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So that guy goes down. You kind of hear a smirking laughter from the tiefling warlock as she decapitates 2 goblins and is in combat with a few humans. The rest of your men are fighting as valiantly as ever. The man you designated as the standard bearer is fighting to the best of his ability with the flag in hand.
He's still got Divine Shield on him.
Right. After a while, break, no.
I think she just turned her camera off. She's probably putting the BJ's on.
Okay. After a while, Nick Newley is still barking orders. You see him in combat a bit. You see him just stab a passing orc. barely miss a axe towards its head. And number 24, give me a charisma check to command your men. All right.
So the medical team is doing okay.
The medical team is on point.
Yeah, corpsmen are on fire.
They are.
They're not
Healing.
literally. I hope that would be bad.
No, they're not on fire. They are the ones that are casting and helping are doing phenomenally. They are making sure people are healed. They are making sure that protective spells are being cast. They are making sure that they have plenty of water. They are making sure that they see to anyone who is seriously wounded immediately. The ones that are out in combat that can hear you are doing just fine putting how can I put this? Boots to face, medium style. Snick stick. Charisma check.
Can't promise it's going to be as good as the last one.
Hey man, oh dear sweet Christ.
Nah.
I'm going to go ahead and pop that inspiration.
Yo,
Roll again.
good.
Out of inspiration.
All
I
right.
knew that was going to happen too.
20. Fuck. 1. Shit.
One, it's because I'm so focused on this orc that I didn't fucking order.
Oh yeah, and he's still up. He's still up. He has a lot of cuts, a lot of bruises.
He's
But
about to have something worse in a second.
he's basically so angry that he just doesn't want to die. Because he's trying to kill the tiny goblin, but the tiny goblin just won't die.
I'm just taunting him the entire time in Orcish too, just being like, "What? You never fought a goblin before, or one that you couldn't just kick?"
All right. So as this is going,
File on his face.
he goes to make a wild attack on you, but that attack is immediately blocked.
By
One of your men, like the elven female, actually blocks the attack.
I take the opportunity for a hide action. Since
Don't worry about hide.
Oh.
Like his focus is not on you anymore.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and smash him in the face with a vial that I've been cooking up. It's death root extract.
All right.
So DC 18 con save.
DC 18 con save.
Ooh, that a good DC.
I'm an expert poison maker, excuse me. I add my proficiency bonus to my con saves.
What was the DC again?
18.
18. Yeah, he fails.
Good night.
What does it actually do?
Give me a second, and I will roll it. So he is asleep for 4 hours and can only be awoken by magical means. He's helpless
So,
in front of Snickstick with a vendetta against orcs.
as the vial hits his face and he kind of turns his head to look in your general direction, you kind of see him just pitch forward and fall like a sack of fucking bricks. The rest of the orcs kind of stop and look at him.
I give the most deep-throated, angry, primal goblin wah I have ever unleashed. War cry. And attempting to make a goblin intimidation check.
Do it.
Oh.
And what do I need to do is what for that?
What is the counter to intimidation? That's just a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw?
I think that's the counter to intimidation, unless you're.
Them fuckers is scared. Because they just watched. They just saw their boss
All
get
7
stopped by it.
just get dropped by a 3-foot 4-inch goblin.
Yep. And they look like they're about to run. But they stop when another orc just steps up. He is in robes, tattered and bloody. And he just points forward. So,
I'll have you know, my finger is hovering over the reflex save, assuming you're going to tell me to save it.
no, he's not casting anything. He's mean mugging the rest of the orcs and just telling them to keep fucking fighting. To put this in perspective, this fucker looks like Gul'dan.
I'm going to kick him in the dick.
All right, Mags.
All right.
Charisma.
Oh boy. Oh, that's right. It went down. I had to refresh it. I gotta open my sheet back up. Yeah, our power blinked for some reason, like twice. Woo.
I'm gonna give you advantage on this one.
I did pretty bad. All right.
No. You're gonna take the advantage roll on this one.
Okay.
Okay. So, as you're commanding your group of mages, you kind of see one of them kind of step out of formation a bit. And it looks like he's trying to cast Fireball at one of the bats. And as it looks like he's about to get the spell off, a javelin just goes right through him.
Oh, but
from the sky.
Does the spell go off in his hands?
No, the spell does not go off.
Okay, that would be pretty terrible. Let's see. So we can't cast shit if we dead. So let's get some group mage armor going up. People need to be protecting themselves.
All right.
I am going to cast mage armor so I can get my fucking arcane ward. And not die, because my AC is bad.
All right. Who did I say was oh, you had the duo with you.
Yeah.
All right. As you and your mages are getting ready to cast your protective spells, you see the orc of the pair, or the half orc of the pair, just kind of look up at the sky, pull a fancy looking hand axe from his waist. Kind of looks like he's judging the distance, and then just throws the hand axe into the air.
Seems like a little bit of a long shot.
You kind of see the hand axe glow orange as it's streaking through the sky.
Magic hand axe.
Is that his stupid hand axe returning? Is that why I was never able to successfully steal it from him?
No. Who the fuck would want that?
A
You
hand
don't
axe?
want a returning hand axe? Returning hammer? That's how it is. No. You all know that he makes a joke. It's like a returning hand axe is nothing. Returning double axe, though. That's where it's at.
I can't lift that.
Yipe.
You do hear a screech of pain. And it is from the bat that you hit earlier.
Good, fuck that thing. Fucking
And it
ruined
looks
my
like
whole-
it's starting to calm down.
Oh, good. Is it still on fire, and is it about to land on my people?
It's still on fire, but it's not landing.
I mean, is it about to crash into my people?
No.
Okay, cool. We're good.
All right. Berrigan. Command check.
Is that just straight charisma again?
Yep. Since there is no command in this game. I don't know why.
Not the worst.
All right. Some of you guys are looking a little bit beat up, but they're still fighting. They're still protecting the horses. The sword bearer, the standard bearer does take a good hit to the leg, but he immediately plants the flag and draws his sword and stabs into the ribs of a human.
I step up beside him, lay on hands 10 points.
And he kind of gives you a nod and is just holding his sword out awkwardly, but he's still prepared to defend the flag
At
with
which
his life.
point I call for healing and medical support.
You
Cleric!
do see at that point, you do see at least 3 clerics rush in your general direction. Right. Everyone, I want you all to make me first a reflex save.
It's a dex throw.
It should be, yeah, your dexterity save. Oh no.
Ouch.
Oh no.
Ouch.
Everybody getting fucked.
Snake stick.
Oh,
And number 24, dexterity save throw.
It's spinning. Just give it a second.
Wheels Morelli, turn. All right, cool.
Did it go? It's still not showing on my end.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
showing a
it's
14.
Oh, okay. 14 then.
Oh boy, shit. All right. For Snake Stick, you're fine as a hail of arrows start coming down from the sky. Mags and Berrigan, you two are going to be taking damage.
that's okay.
I will be telling you all approximately how much damage you've all taken when this session ends. 24, you take a little bit of damage.
Are they also hitting their own troops during this?
Oh, yes, they are.
Cool. Just wanted to be sure.
And
That's rather
I want
unsporting.
you all to... Oh, boy. I want you all to make a con save.
It's not my best either.
Okay, I did it.
Oh god, no.
Oh, fuck. How'd you roll a double nat 1?
Eh,
In the same game as Kenny's double nat 20.
This is where I take one to the chest, boys.
24. Constitution save and throw.
can.
Megs, Snickstick, you two are fine from the incoming psychic attack. Farragon and 24, well, 24, your head starts to hurt a lot more. Barrigan, this is crippling how much this hurts.
Is
Oh,
it
no?
is it just damage or is it a status effect?
Let me describe the scene. You've all heard the sounds of the bat screeching, things like that throughout the night, but this screech is higher pitched. It sounds like it came from something larger.
Oh, fuck.
Terrorgeist.
As you all look to the sky as the sound goes through, a bolt of lightning lights the sky, and high above the battlefield, clear as day for all of you, is the silhouettes of the bats, the flying bats. They're pretty big, but the bat above them is massive.
And
Oh.
And this is where we will pause this scene, and we will continue next time.
This is bad.
It's
Yeah,
time to retreat.
They're real bad.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming out and watching the Vultyr Chronicles episode 5. And hopefully within 2 weeks, we get to see what happens to the rest of the party and what happens in this battle. I have been Corey, and this has been Zach, Bree, Kenny, and Haley. Hope you all have a good night, and see you all next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.